So in this video I am going to discuss about the national artist for films in the Philippines. So first, let us define what is cinema or film. Cinema, film, moving picture film, also called motion picture or movie, series of still photographs on film, projected in rapid succession onto screen by means of light. Because of the optical phenomenon known as persistence of vision, this gives the illusion of actual, smooth, and continuous movement. So now let us talk about the national artist for cinema or film. The first artist is Mr. Lamberto B. Abellana. He was born in Bontoc Mountain Province. He finished studies in Ateneo de Manila University and became a prominent Filipino film and stage director. And despite of considerable budgetary limitations that hampered the post-war Filipino film industry, Avellana's films such as Anak Dalita and Bajau attained international acclaim. So, ayan po yung famous works niya. The first one is Anak Dalita in 1956. It is the story of a Filipino soldier who fought in the Korean War and the kind-hearted prostitute, and they fall in love in the film. And it's also a portrait of a post-war in Manila. The second one is Bajau in 1957. It is about the love story of a Bajau guy and Muslim girl with different traditions and culture. So, for his achievements and recognition, in 1976, President Ferdinand Marcos named him as the first national artist for films in the Philippines. He also won Best Director Award in Tokyo for Bajau, Best Film in Anak Dalita in 1956 in Asia Pacific Film Fest, Best Director for his film Scout Rangers in 1964, Conde de Focia Award in La Campana de Balier in 1961, Best Director for his film A Portrait of the Artist as Filipino in 1965, and he was tagged as the boy wonder of the Philippine movies as early as 1939. Why? Because he was the first director that used the motion picture camera for his famous film, which is to establish a point of view of each character that drove him to success as a film director. So the second artist is Mr. Lino Broca. Catalino or Lino Broca was a Filipino film director. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential and significant Filipino filmmakers in the history of Philippine cinema. He co-founded the organization Concerned Artists of the Philippines or CAP, dedicated to helping artists address issues confronting the country. In the Free Artist Movement, he was a member of Coalition for the Restoration of Democracy. He directed his first film, Wanted Perfect Mother, based on The Sound of Music and a local comic serial in 1970. So this is his famous works. The first one is Tinimbang Ka Ngunit Kulang in 1974 and Maynila sa Mga Kuko ng Liwanag in 1975. Insyang in 1976 and Bona in 1980. So, for his major awards and recognitions from 1984 up to 1982, dami niyang awards. But his significant achievements and recognitions, so after his death in 1991, he was entitled as National Artist for Film Award for having a significant contribution to the development of Philippine arts. Lino Broca's name has been included on Batayog ng mga Bayanes Wall of Remembrance, which recognizes heroes and martyrs who fought against martial law in the Philippines under Ferdinand E. Marcos. So most of his films was about realism and social commentary against Marcos. So the third artist is Mr. Manuel Conde. He was a Filipino actor, director, and producer. As an actor, he also used the screen name Juan Urbano during the 1930s, aside from his more popular screen name. So this is his famous works: Infante de Lara in 1950, Juan Tamad in 1947, Ibong Adarna in 1947, Genghis Khan in 1950. So for his achievements and recognition, he was honored in 2006 the Presidential Medal of Merit for Films by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo for his contribution to culture and the arts. He also won Lifetime Achievement Award in Gawad Orian in 1979. He also won Best Director for his film Ikaw Kasi in 1955 and Golden Lion Award for his film Genghis Khan in 1950. So the fourth artist is Mr. Eddie S. Romero. He is a screenwriter, film director, and producer. He is the quintessential Filipino filmmaker whose life is devoted to the art and commerce of cinema spanning 3 generations of filmmakers. His film, Ganito Kami Noon, Paano Kayo Ngayon, set at the turn of the century during the revolution against Spaniards and American colonizers, follows a naive peasant through his leap of faith. His 13-part series of No Limitang Ere brings the national hero's polemic novel to a new generation of viewers. So this is his famous works: Banta ng Kahapon in 1977, Kamakalawa in 1981. So that's all. For his achievements and recognition, in 1967, he won a Best Director in Famas Award. In 1956, he won the Best Screenplay for his film The Passionate Strangers. And the year 2000, he won Winner Lifetime Achievement Award in Cinema Manila International Film Festival. In 1985, he won the Best Screenplay for his film Ang Padrino in Famas Award. In the year 2008, he became a nominee for Best Story for his film Faces of Love in 2007. In the year 1995, he also won Winner Lifetime Achievement Award for his film Ganito Kami Noon, Paano Kayo Ngayon in 1976. So the fifth artist is Mr. Gerardo Ilagan de Leon, was a member of the Ilagan clan of Philippine Motion Pictures. He acted in 8 other films before becoming a director. His first film was Bahay Kubo, starring Feli Vallejo, an actress whom he married. De Leon produced anti-American propaganda film during World War II. He collaborated with the occupying Japanese forces and Japanese director Abe Yutaka. De Leon was arrested and charged with treason after the Japanese were defeated and was almost executed. So this is his famous works. Ang Daigdig ng Mga Api in 1965, Noli Me Tangere in 1961, El Filibusterismo in 1962, Sisa in 1951, and Jezebel in 1953. So for his awards and recognition, Mr. Gerardo Manong de Leon is the most awarded film director in the history of Filipino Academy of Movie Arts and Sciences FAMAS Awards. From 1952 to 1971, he was awarded 7 FAMAS Awards, 3 of them received consecutively. His 1961 film, The Moises Padilla Story, was selected as the Philippine entry for the Best Foreign Language Film at the 32nd Academy Award. So the 6th artist is Mr. Ishmael Bernal. So Bernal was the son of Elena Bernal and Pacifico Ledesma. He studied at University of the Philippines. He received his diploma in film directing in 1970 at the Film Institute of India in Pune. Ishmael Bernal was an avid fan of literature, theater, and classical music. During the 1960s, Bernal put up When It's a Gray November in Your Soul in Malate, which became one of Manila's favorite watering holes. Ishmael Bernal directed and wrote his first film, Pagdating sa Dulo, in 1971. His filmography is mainly clustered around the themes and problems that engross the social as the core of personal malaise. A significant part of his work is Story for Women. Before Bernal died in 1996, he was scheduled to direct a film about the life of Lola Rosa Henson, the comfort woman during the Japanese invasion of the Philippines. So this is his famous works. The first one is Himala in 1982. So this story is about the story of Elsa, a barrio lass whose vision of a Virgin Mary changed her life and caused a sensation stirring poor, isolated northern village in the midst of drought. The second one is City After Dark in 1980. The film uncovers the other face of Manila by depicting the ugly aspect of life in the city, like unemployment, prostitution, drug addiction, and lack of decent housing. The third one is Nunal sa Tubig in 1976. So for his achievements and recognition, Bernal won the Urian for Best Director 4 times for Dalawang Pugad, Isang Ibon in 1977, Broken Marriage in 1983, Hinugot sa Langit in 1985, and Pahiram ng Isang Umaga in 1989, Himala in 1982, garnered 9 major awards in the Metro Manila Film Festival. He was hailed as Director of the Decade by the Catholic Mass Media Awards. So the last artist is Mr. Ronald Alan Kelly Poe, or better known as Fernando Po Jr. He colloquially known as FPJ. Ronaldo Reyes and the King was a Filipino actor, director, and politician. His long career as an actor film star earned him the nickname King of the Philippine Movies, often shortened to the King. During the latter part of his career, Poe was defeated by then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in 2004 Philippine presidential election. So this is his famous works, mga Alabok sa Lupa in 1967, Totoy Bato in 1977, Asidillo in 1981, Partida in 1985, Ang Alamat in 1972, Ang Probinsyano in 1996, Ang Pagbabalik ng Lawin in 1975, Alupihang Dagat in 1975, Ang Panday series from 1980 to 1984, Ang Kampana sa Santa Quiteria in 1971. So, for his achievements and recognitions, in the year 2009, Cinema One Legend Award in Cinema One Originals Film. Fernando Po Jr. won multiple times in famous award for being a Best Director and Best Actor from 1959 to 2005. In the year 1998, he won an AFP Award for being a Best Director and Actor for his film Eseng ng Tondo in 1997. And he also won a Lifetime Achievement Award in Gawad Orion Awards in the year 2002. So that's all. Thank you for watching.